What is up, my friends? Happy Thursday, and welcome to week 7 of NECC Collegiate Overwatch. My name's Jeff. That's Chef Billy over there. And we're here to start off the day, which is certainly going to be, well, I mean, we got 5 banger matches coming up for you. Lots of Overwatch to get through. Let's get right into this. Coming up first, we got Newberry College taking on Butler Esports. Billy, I'm looking forward to this one. This should be a good game.
I'm looking forward to this too. Newberry coming in 5-1 on the season, and their only loss been so far to Clark Red, who's sitting in 6th position here in their division of Yellow, Challengers Yellow. And then looking at Butler University, they're coming in 4-1. They've had a bye in week number 3, and their only losses come to the number 9 seed Arcadia Knights, but Arcadia Knights taking down CCE Blue, so maybe a little bit more weight put in.
Yeah.
A little bit more weight put into that loss. We'll see if that will bear any fruit here, because they had a very easy win, or a very close win, over JWU Blue. Both teams going 2-1 respectively in their weeks against those two teams. So, if I'm looking at Challengers Yellow right now, they've had 1-3-0 win against Howard in their first week, and then everything's been really either just absolutely a wipe, or it's been a 2-1. So, I mean, they've been hard-fought victories. That's the same for Newberry College as well. All of their wins have been 2-1 wins, and then they have the 1-0-3 loss against Clark Red. So it just depends on what's going to happen here today. This is all setting up for who's going to be in that top 8 going into our playoff season. I mean, right now they're sitting 2-3 right now. So this is all to play for. This is really play for who's going to get into that top spot. Right now, map differential is what's separating number 1 and number 2. It's an 8 map differential there between CCE Blue and Newberry College. So, man, I mean, if Butler can come out with the win here today, they're going to sky vault over the top of them just on map differential alone. We'll see how it goes, though.
Speaking of maps, we got your 3 fixed maps for the day popping up at the bottom of your screen. We're starting off on Busan, headed to Blizzard World, followed by Dorado here for week number 7. And like I say, this is a battle for 7th place. Now, I will say on paper, like Newberry College beat Arcadia. Arcadia beat Butler Esports. So you do have a little bit of the transitive property going on there that should say, hey, we're favoring Newberry coming into this. But both teams have dropped games to, probably teams that they shouldn't. Looking at our current standings, anything can happen. Any given game day, anything can shake up. And this would be a big shame. Butler Esports could take this win. They would jettison up into 2nd place, be nipping at the heels of CCE Blue. Of course, that seeding will become important once we get into the postseason.
Yeah, we're going to start off at Mecha Base here, Jeff, and this is going to be brawl-centric, and we were talking about this beforehand, and we believe that Butler might be the Brawlers here, not to diss their mascot, but, they might be the brawl-centric team that we've been looking for here, and it looks like they're going to bring out a little bit of a Reaper Maze setup. This is interesting, a little bit of tank busting versus the walling ability of Twent.
And I think it's worth noting we got Chthonic Omen coming in for All Might Taco in this Wolf Newberry. Listed as a DPS player, now playing the Lucio. So we'll see if the timing of the engages and the use of speed is on. Right now, I like the aggression coming out of Newberry. They put a lot of pressure down. Butler's got to use their immortality field early just to try to get back up around this corner. But they're going to suffer some casualties along the way. Depression trying to get in on it, but Newberry still have the advantage in this fight. Butler able to get topped off, trying to re-engage as Bland's going in deep. Sans Zarya, and it's the Reaper to take him down. Shadow Edge puts those Hellfire shotguns to great use early. Butler reclaimed their advantage in this important opening fight.
Yeah, I mean, look at just the Butters on this Baptiste putting out a ton of healing and really just taking advantage of everything going on there. Now, looking at ultimates already, Bland has the Shatter ready, a little bit ahead of Depression in that remark, and they're kind of set up alone.
It's going to be a Blizzard coming out, but a huge pit across the map. Hits Jamin's Wow. And I think they were looking for a flash shatter setup. We saw the flashbang and the shatter come out, but they weren't quite timed well enough for Newberry. Butler able to survive the onslaught, strike back beautifully, maintain possession at this point.
Now, real quick, I mean, there's going to be a little bit of a separation here between Depression and Bland getting back to the point. I think Bland will get there first. So he did invest his shatter, just didn't find any joy with it. So you've got the window here. I think that if you set up window here, avoid the wall coming out from Twit and let loose that you can take advantage of this point real quick.
I'm looking for a place to use that amplification matrix. Give me the grab. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Press is just throwing some right clicks in there, and maybe they should have used that grab. A little hesitancy from Newberry is going to cost him in this fight as Butler's able to hold this choke.
Yeah, Butler's getting a second amp matrix out already. This is 2 fights in and 2 amp matrices, and that is great ultimate economy from their main healer for Butler. Newberry, though, have quite a few ultimates ready to go in here. I think that they want to really focus on getting this grab out, but big bomb.
Nice dodge from Chthonic Omen, able to get out of there, but it's the Death Blossom Shatter combo coming in, making life oh so difficult, oh so deadly for Newberry. And not even Omni's Amp Matrix was enough. A nice aggressive play from Depression and Shadow Edge.
Well, Butler also invested their sound barrier just to make sure that they survive through that grab, so they've got a little bit of time here to get back on point. Depress is swapping off of the Zarya to the D.Va, so now you're going to have a little bit more of that damage mitigation as we're at 97%.
They've also got a sound barrier free to use, knowing the other one was out, and Trevor Cash invested in that in the previous fight. The sound barrier comes out immediately for the engage. Shatter ready to go from Bland. Looking for a target. Butler's doing a good job of surrounding, but great focus fire coming out of Newberry, and they've already got half of Butler down. It looks like they may finally get some percentage started on Mecha Base for the first time.
Yeah, J-Man with the right clicks, they're also pretty darn lethal with those icicles to the domes. So now you've got Shatter and Blizzard ready to go. You might want to go with a Blizzard Blossom combo into this next fight. Just the Amp Matrix coming out of Butler.
Butters has been very good with these, very well timed on the Amp matrices. Throws one out here. Blizzard out from J-Man. The Shatter gets blocked, but the Blizzard's going to freeze up 3, including both tanks. And Shadow Edge out of the fight. Twent now trying to respond. Throws out a Blizzard of their own. And that one is huge. You've got Chthonic Omen frozen up. Omni's gone. Bland back in spawn. Wow. Healer's main tank all out of the fight. What a clapback from Twent on this May. Even with Shadow Edge out of the fight, Butler is able to overcome and overwhelm Newberry.
Man, and I mean, that was just decisive from Twent. They weathered the storm of ultimates coming out of Newberry and just absolutely laid in with that Blizzard. Absolute game changer for them there. 1-0 lead here on Busan as we head into Sanctuary. And now it's about, do you have the flankability? Do you have those characters that can get around the sides, change up the LOS, that once you capture percentage on the point, are you able to get around and really take advantage of these long sight lines that you can create? Do you have enough to disrupt? We see Bland, and you were talking about this, having cast Newberry last week. Bland is a pretty darn good Winston. I don't see the Ana in tow, though. That might be a little bit of a jinx there, but you know, looking at the zombie comp coming out here.
Yeah, they're running this what's been called zombie or 6-man, very rush-centric Winston composition. It's all about just staying bunched up and very quick engagements. Butler flashed the Reinhardt at first, but opted to come out with the double shield. So looking to put some damage down at range. They're doing a good job of kiting it back right now. We'll see if Newberry can close this distance. They need to get up close. They need to do it quickly. Standing here, they're just taking way too much poke. Bland is going to fall. It's Twent getting that final blow. And a nice job of Butler of recognizing their win condition and keeping their distance and getting so much damage in all along the way.
Man, double shield is so hard to burst against with this Winston D.Va comp because you're trying to get it on top of them and they can just keep backing up. The Sigma can keep redeploying the shield. Yes, there was a nerf a couple of months ago to the experimental barriers time of cast, but still, it's still just absolutely fantastic to be able to put up in one spot and redeploy to another spot. Also, the kinetic grasp is also a massive part of the thing. Get on top of them.
Give me a coalescence engage to start off, but the Matrix up from Butters and utilizing that. Bland falls early. There's a little bit of counter strike on the other side. I don't know if getting the Torb and the Zen is going to be enough, though. Without the Winston, it is very difficult to engage on this Orisa. Depression has the bongos ready to go. And he's going to opt to use the Supercharger. Just pops that Fortify, runs it fearlessly into the drum room. Nice halt. And they are satisfied with that as they run Butler off.
Well, I mean...
Or Newberry, that is.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, looking at Ultimates right now, I mean, J-Man does have this EMP ready. Nothing really much to deal with that right now. You've got Zenyatta's Transcendence that'll obviously hold it, so they've got to be, spy checking behind them, but really nothing to combo with it at this moment.
Sound barrier on that other side. So you could use the sound barrier to engage with this EMP. Newberry, loop it on this left-hand side. Move it together nicely, waiting for some cooldowns to come back. They're going to need to speed engage. They're just waiting out the supercharger right now. Nice job there. Kind of feigning and engage. Now the EMP is there, finds 3, but it doesn't find Cash. Intrepid Cash pops that Transcendence, and it's going to be the Deadeye out to find first blood in this engagement. Actually taking down 2 as Depressus gets demeched. And despite the EMP, despite the Coalescence, Newberry are still fighting from the back foot. Now, they're able to pick up 2 themselves, including the Orisa. One that they have not been able to find yet, and that's a very important kill. Now, Peach and Bland can get in and get some work done.
And they get to save the sound barrier for the next engagement as well, but it's going to be 99% on the board there. Intrepid took down Chthonic Open with a kick.
And Omni.
You love to see it from the Omnic healer, but engagement's coming in now from Butler, starting to capture it. I'm not sure what's going on here. Peach going out and meeting his team again.
It's actually a really huge play from Intrepid Cash because Newberry couldn't push up and get aggressive. They couldn't gain the ground that they desperately wanted to control because both their supports are back in spawn. Now Butler's allowed to come back here, set up a turret. Now self-destruct in the back will take care of that. But Butler have room to work, and they have this Gravitic Flux to start off the fight. 2 quick kills. Sound barrier there to counter the Gravitic Flux, but Bland and Peach are already out of this fight. It's up to, there's not a whole lot of damage left. J-Man, Depressus on the Diva. Who's going to get the kills? Depressus is able to pick up 1, but now the floor is covered in lavas. The Molten Core is deployed, and Newberry are in a lot of trouble here, Billy.
Oh, absolutely they are. I mean, this should be done and dusted here. All but singing but the choir's home, and now, that's a 2-0 win there for Butler on Busan. And, I mean, compositions, really, you came up with a Zarya on Mecha Base, which I don't necessarily hate, but you didn't have the follow-up to it, and then coming out with a zombie comp, and you just could not get beyond the double shielding of Butler. So, maybe they did their homework and recognized what kind of compositions were coming out. And you heard there that actually Twent took the grab out from Depressus when they tried to press Q. You could hear the sound cue going through with that. So, man, I mean, Butters on this main support of Baptiste has absolutely shown up huge. Actually had a very good, I played the Baptiste as well on Sanctuary. I loved the fact that Cash went over to the Zenyatta. That Discord orb was showing up a lot in the assist feed. So, composition difference, maybe here on Control. I always throw this one out the back and say, this is just Control. It's, it is what it is, and we'll see what these 2 teams bring as far as the next map type. But Butler coming out the gate very strong.
But with a first of 3 series, a best of 3 series rather, that first Control map means so much more. I mean, in comparison, in a first to 3 series, you can kind of relegate Control and then come back and win 3 maps on more hybrid payload style maps. But considering we only play 3 maps here total, whoever wins 2 takes the series. That's Butler halfway there to taking second place away from Newberry College right now.
Yeah, we're heading to Blizzard World next, and that's what I'm really looking at is how are the DPS going to be able to shine here? We see a lot of Reaper, whereas we saw Twent not only play the May, but we also saw them play the McCree. So, you've got the DPS, you've got the projectile DPS, then you've got the hit scan DPS as well. And as we know, Blizzard World requires at least some kind of a hit scan presence to be able to not only address defensively, but also get on the point offensively, especially.
Well, I think we're going to take a short little intermission before that happens. When we come back, map 2, we're headed to Blizzard World. We'll see you there in just a minute. All right, we are ready to head into Blizzard World, get into map 2 of this Challengers Yellow match of the battle for second place in week 7 as we're winding down to the end of the regular season. We saw a little bit of the zombie comp coming out there from Newberry, and I can't help but wonder if having a DPS in on your Lucio role played a part, because the timing on those amp speeds is so instrumental in getting that 6-man comp on top of a double shield composition.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might have been just a little bit of a role difference right there. So, I mean, having to fill in for that role, maybe not having that engagement timing down just right, may have been a little bit in to go with that. But I also think that compositionally, I think that Butler just had the better compositions on Mecha base. So as we head into Blizzard World, this is where we're going to see where the rubber meets the road. Are we going to have any substitutions coming in from? We might have people moving in here, but no side swaps coming in, so we will see Newberry on the defense first and Butler will come out on the offense. And I like the versatility that we saw come out, not only from the DPS but also from the tanks. I mean, all of Butler really swapped up their heroes there on Sanctuary and brought out a completely different look, and that's what's required on Sanctuary. Yeah. So, can they run the Rhine Diva once again? I think you can. I think you can run the Ice Coal comp here, going away from the McFlurry. So, not necessarily being shown though. Looks like we might be running with a little bit of a Winston dive here with a Echo and Tracer comp here. A little bit slow though in the healer department, so the engagements are going to be a little bit weird for me because you don't have the speed to get in so much, and especially with Brigitte, you want them to be up close and personal to be able to get that Inspire uptime going, and you've got the mobility of 4 of those members, but then you've got Brigitte and Anna being super slow. So Newberry bring out the Rhine Diva, a little bit of hackability coming out from J-Man, and you've got that long range or that mid range hit scan of Peach to deal with the damage coming in.
Yeah, and J-Man on this Sombra. The Sombra is going to play very different in this comp than it is with the Winston-based rush comp. The Sombra is going to look to set up and try to dismantle like the Tracer or the Echo would be great targets for that. And I mean, I will say, I mean, the Brig is good for just bodyguarding the Ana. I feel like that's the Brig's role in this composition. Not necessarily getting front line with the Winston, but just staying back and making sure J-Man doesn't pounce on the Ana, take your primary source of healing out of the fight. And right now, I mean, we're seeing Butler do a good job of surrounding the point. Depression is working her way around the right angle, and Mortality Field's already out. Twent alongside Zui Mama pushing up the left-hand side, and Newberry are taking a lot of pressure, but they're able to hang on. Butler doesn't gain enough ground quick enough before picks come through on the other side, 2 of them for Newberry, and that should be enough to make Butler reset.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, losing 2 of your main engagement tools there are, really just the crux of the matter. You don't have the flank and the distraction of the Tracer, but Land going down, that's a massive, important kill in the beginning there.
What a big play from Butters. Throws the nano on a Cash. Cash runs in and just muscles down Bland, gets the rally up and ready to go. And now we've got a duplicate in. 2 Divas on the battlefield. EMP is going to find 4. This is the follow-up there. Omni's down. Both healers are off the battlefield. And this is point A coming through for Butler.
Oh, absolutely it is, and that's exactly what you want to see. There's going to be Shield going way down low. Bland going down too. Twent and Shadow Edge right now are absolutely lighting it up with DPS. You're seeing Twent go in and engage, and then the sticky bombs and the follow with the tri-shot from Shadow Edge. Absolutely massive in these engagements.
Yep, Shadow Edge peeked way too far around that corner, got out in the open, and each able to pick them off, which is good. Very good for Newberry to reclaim a lot of the space. Now is going to dodge the pulse. Each doing a great job of keeping these 2 DPS from running just completely out of control as we get into point B. It's allowed Newberry to gain some ground, but Bland up on the high ground here. Primal out, that's going to knock a few people back down to below, but Depression's already taken a ton of damage and has to just wait out the rest of that Primal. Nope, decides to leap in there with the same amount of health. J-Man punishes, and Depression is gone. Now Newberry have the advantage, and they have a Shatter to work with, throwing a self-destruct in to initiate this fight, and Butters falls victim to that. Twent trying to do some work on the other side. That's 2 kills for Twent so far in this fight. Bland still holding on to this Shatter. Self-destruct coming in. Shield is up as the stun was a bit early there from Intrepid Cash, but Cash does have this rally up once again, getting a ton of value. I was talking about Intrepid Cash being a bodyguard. No, they're getting frontline. They're getting in the thick of things, and they've been Bland's worst nightmare here so far.
Absolutely have it. Like I said, they're working in tandem. Shadow Edge and Twent are. If one doesn't finish it, the other one does. And this has been serious work coming out from Butler, as they're going to take point B without really any kind of a contest. This is almost 5 minutes on the clock, Jeff. This is time for a massive re-engage, settling and re-engage onto the point. I'm not sure if Newberry has the wherewithal right now to just stop, take a little bit of time, and then just fight back and get a full re-6 re-engage.
Yeah, and coincidentally enough, I feel like their mistake on point B was not being aggressive. They had to kill on Depression, they had to kill on the Butters, and they didn't pursue with the main source of healing and the main tank out of the fight. Newberry just kind of stood around, and Bland goes down again, still holding this same shatter that we have seen for the entirety of their defense.
Each getting some nice headshots there onto Twin. Not hard to pick out a tracer like that, but got maximum value into it. I'm looking for another Diva duplicate here.
Speak for yourself. I have the hardest time hitting a tracer with them, with the Cassidy. Huge EMP to start off this fight. And that catches both support. So no Nano there to support Depression. The Nano does eventually come out onto the Winston. But I think the damage had been done. Depress is able to get in there, follow up on that Nano, on the AMP, very nicely. And Newberry finally planting their feet, stopped this cart from rolling on through.
Yeah, minute 10 in here on point C, and yeah, they do have their feet underneath them. They finally get that re-engagement that you needed to see. They've got quite a few ultimates in their bank to stop getting around this corner. But I'm really looking for Shadow Edge. If Shadow Edge can get this Diva duplicate and just pull out a lot of these ultimates or cooldowns, you take care of it.
Ooh, it's a duplicate onto the Sombra. This could be nasty. 48%, 10 seconds left. Oh, that Diva's a nice target, but no, gets burned down. Not going to get that EMP out. Good focus fire coming out of Newberry. And they're just going to force everybody back. Newberry wants to get these kills quick. And Chthonic Omen still holding on to this sound barrier.
Well, I mean, looking at Depression right now, I think that the engagement with the Winston right now is just not what is needed. That's going to be a big bomb to the back, though. Not any joy from it, though.
No, but it opens them up for a huge anti-name for Butters with the back turn. Chthonic Omen does drop the sound barrier. The shatter lands. That's going to find two with the self-destruct picking off Butters. But Depression got a nano boost before Butters, a dying wish their death was not in vain. Is Depression able to pick up two already? Chthonic Omen is able to get one, and Shadow Edge out of the fight means there's nobody to follow Depression in. Now they're hacked up mid-primal and just lumbering away from the fight. Is Butler able to find a few kills, but I don't think it's enough.
No, it absolutely isn't enough. I think this is where Depression needs to swap over to a Reinhardt. And get in there and just brawl away, because the Winston just doesn't seem to be engaging quite as good as they expected it to be.
Nice manual hack on Shadow Edge, and Depression is out of the fight. Peach is going to follow up on that manual. Shadow Edge is out of the fight. This attack is done.
Done, dusted, and look at the ultimate starting to rack up for Newberry right now. And I'm looking for this EMP. Any kind of an ultimate combo coming out from Butler is going to immediately be countered by this EMP. So, I mean, they have to really be spot checking for this. J-Man is just playing on with fire right now here on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I'm surprised Zui Mama isn't doing a little bit more spinning around. Might have been able to catch him, but nope, that's a 5-man EMP coming through. Looking for Bland to press somebody else to push forward. It's Peach actually finding a kill, but gets stuck. Trading 1-for-1. The DPS go down, utilizing their ultimates to do so. Well, they're going to get aggressive as they've got the nano boost to work with. Depression, the recipient of that, but now running into a ton of shields, courtesy of Chthonic Omen. Newberry have managed to turn the corner, open up some sight lines. Duplicate used onto the Diva, but immediately gets smashed down. That's two Divas under the weight of that hammer, and Depressus picks up a remat kill. Bland and Depressus doing a great job of bending but not breaking is kind of become the phrase. And they hang on beautifully after the great engagement from Butler. Newberry are able to push back.
And we talk about it was almost 5 minutes on the clock when they entered point C here, and now they are sub 30 seconds, Jeff. And all they have to really deal with right now is a rally coming out of Intrepid Cash. Omni is going to have a amp matrix to just stall this corner and just pour the damage through. Everybody's going to be able to build up their ultimate so much faster through that amp matrix. So, yikes, this is scary coming in.
Last opportunity for Butler. They run right past the Ant Matrix. Rally is up. And Butler trying to get aggression. Depression finally making that swap over to the Reinhardt, but doesn't fare much better as Omni throws down that double damage right into the dome of Depression. The desperation self-destruct out of Zooey Mama trying to hang on and actually manages to get Depressus with it. But Peach still doing work on the Cassidy. Drops in the Deadeye accompanied by an EMP. And Newberry are in a prime position to not give up an inch here on point C. J-Man falls, though. Twint coming back. Twint trying to turn this thing around. It was a good Ant Matrix on the cart. Twint able to land some shots. There's another one in their time of need. Twint wakes up, finds 3, and Butler are right back in this thing.
And change is coming through. Depression going over to the Wrecking Ball, and now you've got this just immediate effect of disruption in the backline, not being able to stand there and just heal at will. That's a fast Deadeye as well.
What a series from Twint. What a series of events there in that final fight. That was looking all but lost for Butler. And Twint comes back in on Cole Cassidy, puts the 6-shooter to great effect. Able to pick up 4 before it was all said and done, building up that lightning fast Deadeye.
Yeah,
that was awesome. That was awesome.
That was fantastic. And Depression swapping over to the Wrecking Ball as well, got the disruption in the backline that they so sorely needed, because Peach was just back there just dinging heads with the Peacekeeper on Cole Cassidy. So, man, I mean, this has just been a fantastic turn of events here for Butler. They do it in overtime. So there are conditions here where Newberry can, meet or beat what Butler just put up here. So we'll see what Butler bring out on defense. And it looks like they're going to bring out the double shield defense. This is going to be something running into what they did on Sanctuary. They are opting for the Reinhardt, it looks like, Newberry this time, if they stick with this. So maybe not the zombie comp coming out, but definitely going to have to be watching J-Man. J-Man was getting a lot of value with these manual hacks, Jeff. I'm looking for them to keep that up. I'm not sure how much work Peach is going to be able to get done against a double shield, especially with the Sigma on the field. If they keep that kinetic grasp under wraps and really mitigating the damage coming in, this could be a very tough engagement for Newberry coming in on the offense.
This is an interesting variation using the Blackout Brawl, as we call it, the Sombra and the Reaper. It's a very, very edgy DPS line, so to speak. But the Zarya could be very vulnerable. And like you say, Beach might struggle to find value with his double shield. Chthonic Omen needs to be particularly smart with the amp it ups and speeding this team in to get past that. Oh, running right into a bear trap. That's not a good start there for Bland. Bland's in a lot of trouble. Immortality Field's already gone, and Newberry thinking twice about their pathing onto this objective. They are able to back up a little bit, pick up a hacked Mega. Nice play from J-Man to control that Mega right there.
Yeah, and they kept up Depressus as well with almost maximum charge. So this is going to be a lot of DPS coming into this engagement.
Nice amp speed. They do engage with the quickness. Let's see if their focus fire is there. Butler trying to back up around the corner. And a lot of spam damage coming out, but it's Peach with the Hellfire shotguns to be this big difference maker. And Zooey Mama off the battlefield, following up a beautiful engage from Newberry. And they will end up taking this point.
Yeah, and it was the fact that they kept Depressus so high charge, was just able to walk in there, had Bubble on cooldown, and was able to just start lasering people down, just walk back the defenses of Butler. So that's a great first point engagement, good first point take out of Newberry. Did it almost as fast as Butler did.
Now Intrepid going over to the Zenyatta to help burn down these big, bulky health poles from Newberry. A couple of ults coming online for him. They're going to have the Supercharger. They're going to have the Gravitic Flux before too long, but on the other side, oh, never mind. I was about to talk about this EMP. J-Man falls to some mines before I can even bring it up. Depressus is going to go down and lose all that charge you were talking about. Ooh, and a beautiful air shot from Twint. That was magical. Oh, no, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Oh, my goodness. Twint putting the hurt down.
He did. I think you might want to have that one back, if I'm completely honest with you. Maybe it was going to be a switch. No. Looks like we're going to stick with the Junkrat here. I don't hate it, especially spot checking for that Sombra. Maybe catching him in the trap unawares. There's different ways that you can deal with this with the Junkrat, but man, the spam damage is absolutely burning Bland's shield down.
nice dodge from Newberry. They're able to get out of the gravitic flux. J-Man does have this EMP ready to go. With an extra shielding, they're going to push in and find 3 with that one. Actually, that may have been 4. Zooey Mama went down real early. Twins also off the battlefield. Butters is able to get some kills on the back of a great haul. I was thinking maybe they used some damage ults. Nope. They still have a hit matrix. They still have supercharger. That was just fantastic, uncanny accuracy coming out of Butters on the Baptiste.
Yeah, and Depress is working up, and it still has this Graviton Surge ready to go. I think they're waiting for the Death Blossom of Peach to become available, so they can just go in with the Tornado Warning. But they've got to pull out Butters' Immortality Field, otherwise it's going to go for 9.
Supercharger and Matrix now both on the battlefield, 150% extra damage, and look at the kill feed lighting up red. Butler, wow, that was just way too much. Even that little turret was just a complete menace to Newberry right there. That was nuts.
That was an engagement and a half. But it happened fast. So that's the good thing for Newberry, is that they can come back in. Shatter Blossom combo available to them. They could go with that, especially with a manual hack onto either Zooey or a Depression.
Newberry not even going to bother trying to fight this high ground right now. And Butler did spin their ults. They did get a few of them back, but because that was so fast, they don't really have anything ready to go other than the Riptire that should just come online. Twin's in a lot of trouble, though. I mean, Twin has just 1 tick of health, and J-Man quickly finishes that off. Manual hack onto Zooey, and they're going to fall. And Newberry, the ground attack, seems to have proven a wise move, as they're able to just take down Butler 1 by 1 as they try to drop off from the top. Easy hack targets. Little Molten Core on the point, going to try to slow this thing down, but speeding it right back up. Newberry drops the hammer. Bland pushes in. Intrepid is gone. Riptire unleashed from Twint to try to slow the progress. I don't think it's going to be enough. It will find Bland. Can they stop this contest? They are contesting this car, Billy. They're coming back into this. Shadow Edge is able to pick up 2, and Butler make an uncanny last stand once again. Newberry regroup, push back into the point, but they're losing this fight, Billy.
They are, and it's because Intrepid Cash swapped over to the Brigitte and has that CC ability of the Shield Bash and got a lightning fast rally as well.
Yeah, what a great counter to Peach on the Reaper. That was nice. I also like the timing of that. There was a nice little wave right as you bring them up. You gotta love it when it works out like that. Howdy back to you, Intrepid Cash. Good swap indeed.
Well, they're following the script, and that's what we like to see. Is they're following the script now.
See. It's true.
But Depression coming up close on a supercharger. J-Man does have their EMP ready to go, so this should buy them the next point? Question mark.
Yep, EMP up top. That only finds 2, but both tanks are immediately, excuse me, it did find 3, and both tanks were immediately taken down. They didn't really even need the Ant Matrix, to be honest, but it did prevent Butler from immediately dropping down, kept him frozen in place, and perfect targets for J-Man's EMP. So I take it back. Nicely done. Good combo from Omni and J-Man.
Yeah, and I mean, these healers right now, for both squads, Newberry has been getting a ton of value with this Baptiste and Lucio combo. The speed and with the just burst healing ability of Omni down already 50% to another Matrix. This is going to be a great engagement for them.
You only have 2 minutes to do anything with it. They're going to toss in a self-destruct and try to get aggressive on the back of it. Ooh, early Immortality Field, and they still can't save Bland. A disastrous start, and with as little time as they have, they just need to get out. Don't try to push without your Reinhardt.
So, I mean, going into the next... Oh, no.
Yeah, they're lucky to get out of there. Oh, J-Man! Oh, J-Man.
Oh, man. J-Man. That's unfortunate. But, you know, they still have, you know, a little over 90 seconds, but they're running into both tank ultimates, and they're going to run into Sky Dune, possibly. But they do have both support ultimates to bolster themselves up going into this next fight.
Up on that shatter as well. And Matrix comes out first. It's both tank ults from the other side. That's a supercharger to follow up on this gravitic flux, but nice counter from Chthonic Omen. Shields end up not being enough. That was just way too much damage coming through. That's 4 ult spent from Butler, though. It was an expensive fight. Good for them. They won it.
Yeah, and I mean, they're coming up on another Molten Core out of Shadow Edge. The Torbjorn has gotten a lot of value into this fight, so... I mean, I'm looking for EMP Death Blossom. I think that's their win condition right now. That's what they really need to be focusing on. Even a well-placed EMP and just go in with Bland swinging away. But that's early Immortality Field again.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what prompted that one. Perhaps Depressus being low. J-Man is in position for this EMP. That's going to go off, but J-Man Peach immediately fall. Great read from Twinton Butters. Butters lighting up the feed again. Finishes off Blend. Looking for more. Eyes set on Omni. Finds that pick. 3K for Butters.
Oh, that's ice in the veins right there coming out of Butters and company. And Twent, really led the charge there, avoiding the EMP. J-Man now bringing out the Hanzo, so you're looking for some shield break here and some one-shot potential, but they've got 6 seconds to get back to the cart.
There's a Molten Core blocking their path. They're trying to use an Ant Matrix to create a little space. But we are in overtime now. Newberry need to be perfect, and they are far from it at the moment. That's 4 kills. Peach, the only one able to do anything. Has 3, but they are on their own. This is going to be a Herculean 1v3 effort against 2 tanks, and no. Peach is not able to climb that mountain. Not today. It's Butler taking map 2. They will take the series, though we will still play Dorado. It is confirmed. Butler moving up to 2nd place.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're looking to put a little bit of map differential separation between themselves and Newberry as well. But I tell you what, that was a fantastic game there. This map was absolutely huge coming out from both sides. I thought that Newberry played a lot better this time, but man, the old combos that came through, I mean, you just see it coming time and time again. They know their win conditions when they go in there. And look at that. Bland almost 36,000 damage blocks. So he was doing his job. He understood the assignment. Just couldn't get past the defenses of Butler there. So, I mean, 2-0 right now to Butler as we head to our last map at Dorado. But I tell you what, Butters right now is getting my gold star. I mean, what a bloodthirsty DP support player. Massive healing. I mean, great amp matrices, great windows when it's necessary, but just the lethality of this support player, you love to see it, especially in this elo. I mean, gosh dang, they're just absolutely mark on.
Yeah, fantastic map from Butters, no doubt. Definitely caught my eye on that, Baptiste, and I can't fault you for almost saying DPS because that was absolutely bloodthirsty. All right, well. We're going to take a quick intermission, I think. Question mark to producer. And then we will head on over to Dorado. Yeah, we are going to take a short little break. Go hydrate. Don't go far. When we come back, map 3. Well, that was a very, very close map there on Blizzard World. And, we were talking about Butters before we went into our break, but I'm also reminded of Twint. They're on the attack, because if Twint hadn't made that fantastic push and got that 4K in that final overtime fight, that cart would not have even made it around that final corner. And that's pretty much where Newberry pushed to. So without Twint's incredible effort on the Cole Cassidy, I'm not sure that they win that map. Really. Like that was so close.
It really wasn't. I mean, Depression swapping to the Wrecking Ball as well, getting off the Winston there, and getting the disruption in the back, also leading to help deal with the pressure and the stalwart defense that Newberry had shown there. Yeah, I think that we would be looking at a very different map score here if that had not happened. But it did happen. And now it's 2-0 to Butler as we head into Dorado. We're going to see the same squads come out, same sides. We'll see Newberry coming out on the defense. We'll see Butler coming out on the offense. And I mean, here, you know, it really depends on how you want to address this. And I don't know if the Torbjorn will work on offense here. But I definitely really appreciated the Torbjorn defense coming out from Butler there. I mean, I know that we all love to see Torbjorn on the field. He doesn't get as much play as he normally, as we all would like to see. But you know, I mean, this is all about pride right now for Newberry. They've got to come back and at least score a map win here. This will be the second 3-0 defeat that they would take of this season. I mean, everything else has been a 2-1 win other than the 0-3 loss. So it's all for pride. It's all for map points as well, especially with how stacked the division is. I mean, there is not much separating these teams right now. I mean, both Newberry's 5-1, Butler's 4-1, and then the teams below them are 4-2 and 3-2 respectively, and not a lot of points to differentiate between those spots. So every single point is going to count here.
Well, I mean, here's the kicker on this. I don't know exactly what our schedule looks like this week, but with Butler now moving to 5-1 and Newberry going to 5-2, Newberry automatically drops to at least fourth. If Eagle Esports wins, they'll drop to fifth place. If Clark University wins, they'll drop to sixth place. So they are in pretty dire straits here now. I don't know exactly, two of those teams may be playing each other. So that may not be mathematically possible. But this loss here could be detrimental. Newberry may suddenly find themselves from second place to as low as even seventh or eighth, depending on how the rest of our games go from this very competitive Challengers Yellow division.
Yeah, I mean, CCE Blue is sitting up on top, kind of looking down off the pedestal. But I tell you what, Dorado is going to be the map where it all gets settled. Are they going to be, -1 on map differential going into week number 8, or are they going to be Steven, with a 0 map differential? And that may, once again, play into the playoff picture. So, we'll see what Newberry is going to bring out on the defense here. And it looks like they're going to bring out a little Sombra McCree action. So you're going to have that mid-range DPS. And the CC ability. J-Man was getting some I really want to applaud the summer play of J-Man, because they have really been getting some crucial manual hacks. A lot of these attacks that or engagements that have gone Newberry's way have been off the back of a manual hack. So we'll see how they do. Chthonic Omen going over to the Honest. So you're going to have the anti-nade. Zui Mama is going to have to really be on guard for these.
J-Man. I hope you like J-Man too. All right. That's it. I'm done with that. Moving in. Shadow Edge back over to the Echo. I was really impressed with Shadow Edge's Echo before, and already having great impact, able to focus down to press this right on out of the gate. And there's another one. Shadow Edge picks up 2 already. That's both tanks fall into the focusing beam of the Tank Buster. Shadow Edge just taking over the beginning of this point with depression back on the Wrecking Ball. This is a lot for Newberry to try to deal with. And so far, it looks like they don't know which way to turn their heads, Billy.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what this is built to do. I mean, depression with the disruption in the back. You've got Twent laying in shots, taking out a Sombra. Butters is on this Zenyatta, my friend, and that Discord Orb absolutely ringing true there. They're pushing up into spawn on the point B. That is absolutely disgusting. Oh my god.
Oh, it had Peach in their sights. I think it was a little body block, a little unintentional body block from Depressus, or Peach was toast, which was good because Peach is able to stay alive long enough to get depression off of their backs, and now Newberry can focus their attention onto this choke and onto Twent, who's hiding up on that archway above the point A capture point. Still haven't dealt with Shadow Edge, though. Depress is trying to keep eyes in the sky. Shadow Edge is looping up above the courthouse. Dropping in, looking to focus him down. Here comes backup. Bland throws in the bubble, and Peach able to find the kill. Good teamwork from Newberry. Oh, but they can't deny the res, the flashbang. I don't know, slightly off target or slightly late. And with their new lease on life, Shadow Edge gets up and pumps Peach's face full of sticky bombs. Twint, on the other side, in the meantime, has worked all the way around to find this crazy angle off the outside.
Oh, and Chthonic is so low right now. It goes down without investing the nano.
Twint.
Oh my god, Twin is absolutely lighting it up right now.
Yeah, I don't think they were expecting the Widowmaker from the courtyard. As Twint finds both supports. And Peach, Twint just seemingly can't miss right now. Bland falls as well. Are you kidding me, Twint? Oh my goodness, even was going for the cute little close-up shot onto a point-blank J-Man Sombra. Twint just took over this game.
I mean, you'll love to see it. And look at this. I mean, with the duplicate in hand, they haven't had to really use anything other than the sights.
Peach thought about coming out that door. I don't know if they caught wind of Twint being there, but they're like noping right on out of there. It looked like maybe Depression pushing through down low as the cart crosses the threshold. Doors are open into the power plant. Self-destruct coming out, as well as the duplicate used onto the Cassidy. Self-destruct's going to pick up one. Bland's going to fall to the orbs from Butters, and Butler continue their mad dash through Dorado.
Duplicated the McCree has a second dead eye. Oh my god, that is filthy.
Oh my goodness. Shadow Edge and Twint have been absolutely outstanding in this map. I mean, I can't speak their name without Twint finding another red arrow up in the kill feed.
Oh my god.
Nice slam in, and Newberry on the back foot, popping the rally to try to find some pressure relief. EMP used as well, but Butters right on top of things. Transcendence. No casualties as a result of those two ultimates. As the rally fails, or it turns off. It didn't really fail, but I guess it did fail. Butters lights up the feed. 3K for Butters to close out this map. And so many weapons here. Butler just look menacing right now, Bill.
I've got to go back and look at my records. 413 on Dorado. That is one of the fastest times that I have ever seen, Jeff. They never were able to throw the brakes out. Newberry weren't. And my goodness. I mean, Twent, Shadow Edge, hello, DPS dynamic duo that we didn't know existed. Now we do. And man, did they show up huge in that, and just investing the Mercy onto Shadow Edge allowed them to get so aggressive with the focusing beams and the sticky bombs. I mean, they were just absolutely point on deadly. My goodness, Newberry has got to come out and figure out how to take care of this dynamic duo. No. This can't be right.
I assume you're referring to Butler bringing out the Bastion.
That is what I am referring to, especially without a shield to deal with.
Yeah, they may be doing a little trolling as they go over to the ball and the hog. And Twint thought about a Doomfist and was like, nah, let's just go back to the Widowmaker. Widowmaker worked extremely well. Twint absolutely just took over that attack. They were unstoppable, quite literally. The cart never slowed down. There was nothing Newberry could do on their defense. The only thing that they have left to do now is come out and put up an equally impressive and oppressive offense.
Well, they've got two snipers to deal with that, and they're going to have vision to do it as well with the Sonic Arrow. So we'll see what Twint and company can do here.
Yeah, great Sonic Arrow to locate Twint can go a long way in helping Peach and win that war. Shadow Edge sneaking up around, goes into Sentry form and unleashes death. And while the heads are turned, Twint's able to win the duel against Peach. As Shadow Edge got themselves a little too deep back there and does eventually get punished for it. Now Newberry trying to come claim the high ground. As you see Bland kind of bouncing back and forth. But I don't see Omni getting a whole lot of charge off of it. Bland needs to drop back down and get healed up. Let's get Omni some ult charge. Bland, get some health, buddy.
Oh, okay. I think the troll time might be over here because this is going to be a pretty fast engagement here coming through. But Twint taking down J-Man through the dome. That is beautiful work.
And just hiding out on the fountain itself isn't even all the way back. Oh, it was a nice angle. You saw the shot just go right by Peach's ear, and his Depress is able to push up and find that kill. Mines all over the back. Omni and Peach are in a lot of trouble back here. On the front line, Depression's dropping the whole hog and not letting anybody from Newberry get close.
That's a 3K from those mines, BT Dub. And yeah, ultimate works there for them. Great deployment of the mines. And now you're looking at trying to get set up somewhere where they can take care of things. Peach is going to go down in a heap. Yeah, this is scary proposition here for Newberry. I didn't think this was a trolling defense here. But yeah, they know where people are set up.
And Butters continues with their very impressive accuracy, lighting up that feed. Quint does go ahead and make the swap on over to the Doomfist. Looking to have a little fun while Doomfist is still a DPS and takes out Chthonic Omen right out of the gate. Each picks up one, but doesn't see Shadow up top. Just sitting out in the open on a Bastion. Sure, why not? Just go ahead, Shadow. You do you.
And has tank configuration to go as well. So, yeah, I mean, they're absolutely surrounding and stopping any kind of aggression coming out from Newberry right now. Grav? I mean, who are you going to grab? That's the real question, is because they're so mobile right now. I mean, I guess you can lock up the healers, but you've got the Transcendence to deal with it too.
We take configuration over the top. J-Man is able to get the dragons off before eating a mortar right to the face. But Chthonic Omen falls as well, and Shadow Edge is still looking for more. Outstays his welcome, and Peach is able to put them down. But here comes Twint right in their place. Nice sleep, but woken up. Land eventually gets that kill, but with Twint able to pick up two, Newberry have to wait for their spawners to come back.
They do. Unfortunately for them, their spawn is in their range, but I mean, you're under 60 seconds now, and you've got, you know, both tank ultimates ready to go. You're looking for Peach or J-Man to get something done here.
That grab, it does come out, and they're just going to solo grab the ball. I don't hate it. Get Zui Mama out of the fight. Unfortunately for them, Bland has gone down. There's a bunch of mines in the way. It's very tough to break through this and engage with all the damage on the other side. I mean, you got a Bastion looking at you. You got Twint coming in and wreaking havoc on your back line, just like that. Nice trade. Omni at least able to get that kill. Peach is able to pick off the Bastion, but both their healers are dead, and Newberry cannot continue to fight.
They really can't. I mean, this is just absolute stymieing coming out of Butler right now. This is a dominating performance that, you know, I mean, 2v3, you would expect to be a little bit closer, but man, compositions. That is the theory of the day. I mean, Meteor Strike's going to be available to this Doomfist as well.
Land has the Primal ready to go. Time ticks down, and the wick is a-burning. 2 quick kills for Newberry, and they start off this fight. It's as best as they have for the entirety of this map. Nice Primal Rage. Good juggle on a Shadow Edge, who's desperately trying to get away. Runs right into a Zarya, slows down enough to get punched in the back by Bland. Bland now going to turn around and pounce onto Depression. See if they can get that pesky whole Roadhog out of there. They at least thwart Depression enough to push this cart in. Contest comes through, but a nice stun is going to finish off Depression, while Depress Us is able to find a pair of their own and direction that was Zui Mama on the wrecking ball. Nevertheless, in the end, it is finally a point picked up for Newberry. They've got a little time to work with now, Billy, but not much.
Not much at all, but they do have 3 ultimates, almost 4 ready to go. So, I mean, Rally's going to help keep them into the fight. J-Man probably just going to try and cordon off Butler and see what they can get on the other side of it. I'm looking for the engagement to come in. I mean, you know, really, Butler can just bide their time, wait for ultimates to build up, and then just go in with a vengeance.
I like the read, attacking up top, but down low, Depression's able to take down the biggest source of damage. Kind of outsourced, I don't know. It feels like it. Bringing in the Archer. Oh, there goes the other source of damage. Oh, what a beautiful hook. Whole Hog is out. Bland's caught in a corner. Cannot make it around there in time as Butters continues to just be an absolute death dealer on this Zenyatta. Outstanding performance from Butters today.
Yeah, I mean, definitely gets my Gold Star MVP vote for the week so far. We'll see what the later games today go.
We'll have to discuss that in a minute.
We're gonna have to discuss that. But I mean, it's been consistent all day from Butters. That's why I bring that up. So we'll see. Nano engaged, but the Discord orb's still on him.
And now the Transcendence is out. Nice shot from Twint. Bland thought about disengaging.
Oh!
And the tire picks up 3. Shadow Edge just finds both supports and takes out Peach just for good measure. Well-timed, well-placed Riptire.
Oh, man, sub 60 seconds now, too, and you've got mines to just separate the point, not allow anybody to touch it. You've got 3, almost 4 ultimates ready to go for Newberry. This is going to be very dynamic coming into this next fight.
I thought that was a little ambitious there, Twint, trying to jump on the point A arch with Bland right in your face. That's how fearless this Widowmaker has been. Just like, there's a Winston diving on me. I don't care. That eye out. Nice sleep onto Depressus. But Peach able to kind of run everybody else off with the dead eye, so Depressus back up on their feet. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for their main tank Bland. And now with a nano boost, Mama is able to move in, pick up a pair of kills. And 15 seconds remain for Newberry to try to do something on Dorado.
Self-destruct came out, didn't get anything, gets killed in the pilot mech form, and now, I mean, it's just a matter of time here. This Junkrat and Wrecking Ball combo has proved absolutely lethal.
And there's a whole hog to push everybody off the point. Nothing in the ult bank for Newberry to work with. Already 2 kills going in Butler's favor, and they have a Transcendence just to ensure victory in this final fight of the match. Tire unleashed as well in the thick of it all, and it's Butler moving up to 5-2 with a clean, and I mean like Bristol, see your reflection in it, clean 3-0 victory over Newberry College today. Tip of the hat to them. A very, very great match. Great series. It's going to be tough to pick a player of the match on this one, honestly.
Oh, I mean, you've got your choice. I'm still going with Butters. I'm sticking with my dithers there. Oh, my God. Landed in the middle of them and just let them have it.
Hi! There's a Junkrat right in the middle of you.
Surprise!
I think Junkrat was like doing their best spy impression from TF2. For those who don't know, the spy could disguise themselves as the enemy team back in the old Team Fortress days. I think that's exactly what Junkrat was just doing there. Oh my goodness, that was nuts. What a great play, Shadow. A well-deserved play of the game. I mean, that was, you could just see the brass on them. I mean, they were having fun with it. I mean, like I said, Twint just grappling up to the point A arch, staring down at the spawn door with Bland right in their face, just unfazed. I mean, they end up dying there, but it was just that decision making of, I don't care if there's a Winston right in front of me. I'm taking this point. So I mean, just full on, I mean, guts, like gall, unmitigated gall, Billy, and I love it.
I mean, yeah, they did a little trolling, and the trolling did not come back to bite them in the end. And I mean, yeah, the results speak for themselves. Okay. We got to decide who's going to be MVP of this match. I'm sticking with Butters just for the overall consistent play, the bloodthirsty support. I mean, was there with the transcendences to mitigate ultimates, was flicking and clicking heads left and right. That's my vote for the MVP for the day. What's yours?
I respect it, but I'm going to have to go with Twint. I've got to. It was just way too impactful in that DPS role. Both them and Shadow Edge were really, really good here today. But that was Twint come through with a huge plays on the back of Blizzard World to save that map quite genuinely, and then taking over as Widowmaker on Dorado. A very impressive performance from them. So Twint's going to get my nod for our player of the match.
I respect it as well. But still, that takes Butler now to 5-1, and it puts Newberry down to 5-2. So, I mean, they have absolutely solidified their place atop the standings now, and Newberry are going to have to be fighting for their playoffs lives coming through the next 2 weeks of the season.
That they are. This could become a slippery slope really quickly for Newberry after dropping all 3 of them here today. So I'll have to stay tuned and see what's in store, see if they can hang on to that playoff spot. They should be able to make it to postseason. We're in week 7 here, so I don't think they're going to drop into the red, but they're going to drop down pretty far, especially if some of those teams beneath them start to pick up some dubs here in the last couple of weeks. So, but hey, that's it for our first match of the day. Billy and myself are going to pass over the baton to Nuclear and Ult Charge as they get you into the Legends division. Speaking of Legends, we've got Northwood University, the juggernaut of the collegiate scene, coming up. BSC Bobcats looking to see if they can play upset against that just powerhouse squad. We're going to get that set up when we return game 2. More NECC Collegiate Overwatch. We'll see you back in a minute.